Listen to me now, not later, not when the noise settles, not when life becomes easier. Right now, I am speaking to you because your soul has been heavy and you have been carrying questions you never say out loud. I see what others overlook. I hear the prayers you whisper when no one is watching. I know the weight you hide behind your smile, and I want you to pause just for this moment and let my voice rise above every distraction. Stay with me. I did not bring you here by accident. You did not click on this message randomly. There is a reason your heart felt drawn, even if your mind doesn't yet understand. I am reaching for you because you matter more than you realize, and because this season of your life requires truth, not noise. You have been strong for too long without rest. You have tried to be brave while your heart was tired. I see the silent battles you fight when the lights go out. I know how often you replay the past, wondering what you could have done differently. But hear me clearly now. I have never abandoned you, not once, not even in moments you thought I was silent. I was there when you felt alone. I was there when you cried quietly so no one would ask questions. I was there when you didn't have words left, only tears. I am still here. Breathe. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart unclench. You do not have to carry everything alone. I did not design you to survive on your own strength. I designed you to walk with me, to lean on me, to trust me even when the path feels unclear. You worry about the future because you think you must control it. You replay conversations because you think you must fix everything. You fear disappointment because you've known pain before. But my child, listen carefully. Control was never your burden to carry. It is mine. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not failing. You are becoming. Everything you have walked through has shaped you, not destroyed you. Even the delays, even the losses, even the prayers that seemed unanswered. I have been working in ways you could not see, protecting you from things you once begged for, but would have harmed you later. Trust me when I say this. What I am preparing for you requires the strength you are building now. Do not rush the process. Do not compare your journey. Do not measure your worth by your current circumstances. Lift your eyes. I am ahead of you, clearing paths, softening hearts, aligning moments. What feels slow to you is precision to me. What feels like silence is often preparation. Today, I ask you to do one thing. Release what you cannot change and place it into my hands. Not halfway, not temporarily, completely. Let go of the guilt you keep punishing yourself with. Let go of the fear that tells you it's too late. Let go of the voice that says you are not enough. Those voices are not mine. I speak life over you. I speak peace into your thoughts. I speak clarity into your confusion. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to hope again. You are allowed to believe that good is still possible. And before you move on, I want you to respond, not to me, but to your own heart. If these words are reaching you, if something within you feels seen, type YES as a declaration that you are choosing trust over fear today. And if my words are bringing you comfort, strength, or peace, then support this message so it can reach others who are silently struggling too. Like the video, subscribe to stay connected, join this growing family of faith, and if you feel joy rising in your heart, consider offering a super thanks. It helps keep this voice reaching those who need it most. Stay with me. This is only the beginning. It's only the beginning. Hide WI now what you're afraid to admit. Come closer, my child. You don't need to hide anything from me. I know the thoughts you try to silence. I know the questions that rise when the night grows quiet. I know the fear you would never say aloud. The fear that maybe things will never change, that maybe this heaviness will last forever, that maybe you are asking too much by hoping again. Listen to me now, slowly and carefully. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are human and you have endured more than most people know. Strength does not mean the absence of fear. Strength is continuing to move even when fear is present. And you are still here. That alone tells me everything I need to know about your courage. You've been trying to hold yourself together. convincing everyone that you're fine, that you've moved on, that you're strong enough. But inside, there are moments when your heart trembles. Moments when doubt whispers, "What if I fail again?" Moments when discouragement asks, "What if nothing changes?" I hear those whispers too, and I'm answering them now. Nothing about your life is wasted. Not the years you feel slipped through your fingers, not the relationships that ended painfully, not the opportunities that didn't unfold the way you expected. Every experience has carved wisdom into your spirit, even the ones that hurt. You keep thinking you must understand everything before you move forward. But faith has never required full understanding. It requires trust. I am asking you to trust that I see the full picture even when you only see fragments. You look at your situation and see obstacles. I look at it and see openings. You see doors that appear closed forever. I see doors waiting for the right moment to open. Timing matters more than speed, and I am never late. Do not allow fear to become your decision maker. Fear will always exaggerate the danger and minimize your strength. Fear will remind you of your past, but never tell you about your future. That is why I tell you again, do not live guided by fear. Live guided by my voice. When anxiety tightens your chest, pause and remember this truth. You are not walking alone. I walk before you. I walk beside you. I walk within you. Even when you feel lost, you are still within my care. You ask me, why does it still hurt? Because healing is a process, not an instant erasure. You ask me, why am I still waiting? Because what is coming requires preparation, not impatience. There are things you have been praying for that are closer than you think. There are answers already forming behind the scenes. There are changes unfolding quietly even now as you listen to these words. But you must guard your heart during the waiting, because discouragement tries hardest just before breakthrough. I want you to stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios. Stop assuming disappointment before it arrives. Stop punishing yourself for things you did not know then, but know now. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to learn. You are allowed to begin again. You do not need to earn my love. You do not need to prove your worth. You do not need to be perfect to be protected. My love is not fragile. It does not disappear when you stumble. It does not weaken when you question. It remains steady, constant, unshaken, especially in moments when you feel unworthy of it. I am not disappointed in you. I am proud of you for continuing, proud of you for waking up even on days when motivation was gone, proud of you for choosing kindness even when bitterness would have been easier, proud of you for still believing even faintly that your life has meaning. You are not forgotten in this world. You are not invisible to me. Your life carries purpose beyond what you can currently measure. One day you will look back and understand why certain things had to unfold the way they did. Until then, trust me enough to keep walking. Today, apply this truth to your life. When fear speaks, answer it with trust. When doubt rises, respond with prayer. When your heart feels heavy, bring it to me instead of carrying it alone. This is how peace begins to grow again. And now, I want you to acknowledge what is happening within you. If your heart feels stirred, if these words are touching something deep inside, write Amen as a quiet declaration that you are receiving my reassurance today. Stay with me. Do not rush away. What I am about to share next will help you rebuild your confidence and step forward with strength. This is not the end of your story. It is the turning point. I am restoring. What you thought was lost, my child, listen to me with your whole heart. There are things you believe are gone forever. Joy you once had, confidence you once carried, dreams you quietly buried because disappointment hurt too much. You tell yourself it is safer not to hope, safer not to expect, safer not to believe too deeply again. But I am speaking now to gently interrupt that belief. Nothing I have planted in you is wasted. You assume that because something broke, it cannot be restored. You assume that because time passed, the opportunity expired. You assume that because others walked away, you must learn to live with less. But hear me clearly, I specialize in restoration, not replacement. I do not merely give you something new. I heal what was wounded so it can live again with greater strength. You grieve silently for versions of yourself you no longer recognize. The one who laughed easily, the one who trusted freely, the one who believed without fear. You wonder if that version of you is gone forever. It is not gone, it is waiting for healing. I am not asking you to return to who you were. I am shaping you into who you are becoming. The pain you endured did not disqualify you, it refined you. The tears you cried were not weakness, they were evidence that your heart was still alive. Even now, as you listen, something within you longs to believe again, and that longing itself is proof that I am not finished with you. Stop telling yourself that you missed your moment. Stop thinking your best days are behind you. Stop assuming that age, mistakes, or circumstances limit what I can do. I exist outside of time, and I work beyond human limits. What you lost taught you what you truly need. What disappointed you revealed what matters. What hurt you showed you where healing must begin. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too far gone. You are not asking for too much. I am closer than you think, and I am working more deeply than you realize. I know you have learned to guard your heart. I know you hesitate before trusting again. That caution did not come from nowhere. It came from survival. But now I ask you to slowly loosen your grip on self-protection and allow me to protect you instead. You do not need to carry constant vigilance. You do not need to expect the worst. You do not need to brace yourself for pain at every turn. I am teaching you how to live again. Not recklessly, but freely. Not naively, but peacefully. I am showing you that faith does not mean pretending nothing hurts. It means believing healing is possible, even while it does. There are relationships I'm restoring, starting with the one you have with yourself. There are doors reopening in ways you did not anticipate. There are paths rearranging quietly while you wait. What looks like stillness is often alignment. You worry that your prayers have gone unheard because answers have not come quickly. But I tell you this, delayed does not mean denied. Sometimes I wait because I am protecting you from receiving something too soon. Sometimes I wait because you are still growing into the person who can carry the blessing without losing yourself. Trust my pace. I am rebuilding your inner foundation, your confidence, your discernment, your peace. I am removing what no longer serves you and strengthening what remains. This is why the process feels slow and personal. I am working at the root, not just the surface. Apply this truth to your life today. Do not give up on what I have not given up on. Do not abandon dreams I placed in your heart just because they required patience. Do not judge your future by your past pain. Speak life over yourself. Choose hope intentionally. Rest when you are tired without calling it failure. You are allowed to heal at your own pace. You are allowed to rebuild gently. You are allowed to believe again, one small step at a time. And now, pause for a moment. If you are ready to receive restoration, if you are choosing to believe that what was lost can still be redeemed, comment, "I receive," as an act of faith, not perfection. Stay here with me. What I will share next will help you release the burden you've been carrying alone for far too long. You don't have to carry this anymore, my child. Come and rest your heart for a moment. You have been carrying weight that was never meant to live on your shoulders. You wake up with it, you fall asleep with it. Even in moments of laughter, it sits quietly in the background, reminding you of responsibilities, worries, and fears you believe only you can manage. But I'm speaking now to release you from that burden. You were never created to live exhausted. I see how you try to be everything for everyone. I see how you replay conversations trying to fix what went wrong. I see how you plan endlessly, hoping preparation will prevent pain. But there is a difference between responsibility and bondage. And lately, your heart has been living in bondage to worry. Listen carefully. not everything depends on you. There are situations you cannot control, no matter how much you think about them. There are outcomes you cannot force, no matter how hard you try. There are people you cannot change, no matter how deeply you care. Carrying that weight has drained your peace, and I do not want that for you. You feel tired not because you are weak, but because you are carrying too much alone. I am asking you today to release what you were never meant to hold. Release the need to have all the answers. Release the pressure to be perfect. Release the guilt that keeps you awake at night. Give me the weight of your expectations, especially the ones you place on yourself. When you hold on to everything, your hands are too full to receive what I am trying to give you. You have learned to survive by staying alert, by anticipating problems before they arrive. That may have protected you once, but it is no longer serving you now. I am leading you into a season where peace must become your foundation, not tension. You do not need to earn rest. Rest is not a reward, it is a requirement. Even strength needs renewal. Even faith needs quiet moments to breathe. When you stop, when you surrender, when you finally say, I cannot do this alone, that is not defeat, that is trust. I'm not asking you to abandon responsibility. I'm asking you to stop carrying responsibility as fear. Let me teach you how to walk with confidence without carrying anxiety. Let me show you how to plan without panicking. Let me show you how to love without losing yourself. You have been strong for so long that you forgot what it feels like to feel safe. I want to restore that sense of safety within you. The kind that allows you to breathe deeply again. The kind that quiets your thoughts at night. The kind that reminds you that you are held. You worry about tomorrow because you are afraid today is not enough. But I promise you, today holds sufficient grace. You do not need to live 10 steps ahead. You only need to take the next right step with me. Apply this to your life right now. When your thoughts begin to race, pause and place them in my hands. When your heart feels overwhelmed, choose prayer over panic. When your strength feels low, allow yourself to rest without shame. You are not lazy for resting. You are not failing for slowing down. You are not falling behind by trusting me. You are healing. And healing often begins when you stop fighting and start trusting. I am with you in the waiting. I am with you in the uncertainty. I am with you even when you don't feel me. You do not need to carry this anymore. Now respond. Not out of habit, but out of sincerity. If you are choosing to release your burdens today, type, I let go, as a sign that you are placing what weighs you down into my care. I am leading you forward, even now. Listen to me carefully, my child, because what I am about to say is meant to steady your steps. You have been asking for direction, wondering which way to go, fearing that one wrong choice could undo everything. You pause, you hesitate, you overthink, and sometimes you remain still, not because you feel peace, but because you are afraid of moving at all. I know that feeling. I see the tension between your desire to move forward and your fear of making mistakes. Hear this truth and let it settle deep within you. I am already guiding you. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are not lost. Even when the path feels unclear, even when you cannot see far ahead, I am directing your steps quietly, patiently, precisely. Guidance does not always come as a loud command. Often it arrives as a gentle nudge, a growing sense of peace, or a door that opens without force. You want certainty before obedience. You want clarity before trust. But faith grows when you take the next step without seeing the entire road. I do not reveal everything at once, because your growth happens along the journey, not before it. You fear choosing wrong, yet you forget this. I am bigger than your mistakes. Even when you stumble, I redirect. Even when you pause, I remain present. Even when you doubt, I do not withdraw my care. Stop telling yourself that you are behind schedule. Stop believing that others are moving faster because they are more capable. Everyone's path is different, and comparison will only cloud your discernment. What matters is alignment, not speed. You are learning to listen. You are learning to wait. You are learning to move with wisdom instead of impulse. These lessons are not delays. They are foundations. There are moments when I ask you to act boldly. There are moments when I ask you to be still. Both require trust. Stillness is not inactivity. When it is guided by me, it is preparation. Silence is not absence when it is filled with my presence. I am teaching you to recognize my voice above all others. Not the voice of fear, not the voice of pressure, not the voice of impatience. My voice brings peace even when the instruction challenges you. Apply this to your life today. Do not rush decisions simply to escape discomfort. Sit with me. Pray. Reflect. Allow clarity to rise naturally instead of forcing it. When something aligns with my will, it will bring peace, even if it requires courage. You do not need to know every detail of your future to take the next step. You only need to know that I am walking with you. Trust grows when you move forward one faithful step at a time. There are blessings ahead that require you to let go of old versions of yourself, old habits, old mindsets, old fears. I am not removing these things to punish you. I am removing them to free you. Your future requires lighter hands and a clearer heart. You are stronger than you think. You are wiser than you realize. You are more prepared than you feel. I would not be leading you forward if you were not ready. Now pause and respond honestly. If you are choosing to trust my guidance even without full clarity, write, I trust you, as a declaration of faith from your heart. And because this is part 5, let me speak to you about something important. If these messages are helping you, strengthening you, and guiding you through real moments in your life, stay connected. Watch until the very end of this series, because every part builds upon the next and carries something your heart needs. Support this channel by liking the video, subscribing so you don't miss what comes next, and joining this community of faith and encouragement. And if you feel uplifted, supported, or strengthened by these words, you may choose to give super thanks. It helps keep this message reaching others who are searching for hope. Do not stop now. What comes next will help you walk with confidence, not fear. I am with you step by step. I am strengthening you from within. Stay with me, because this part speaks directly to what you feel inside but rarely explain. There is a quiet battle happening within you, not one others can see, not one that makes noise, but one that shapes your days. It is the battle between exhaustion and endurance, between hope and weariness, between trusting me and relying only on yourself. And I want you to know this first. I see that battle, and I am not distant from it. You have been asking for strength, but not the loud kind that impresses others. You've been asking for inner strength, the kind that helps you rise again, the kind that steadies your emotions, the kind that allows you to keep going without becoming hard or bitter. That is the strength I am building in you now. Strength does not always feel powerful while it is forming. Often, it feels like patience. Often, it feels like restraint. Often, it feels like choosing kindness when anger would be easier. You think strength should arrive like a sudden surge, but more often, it grows quietly, layer by layer, through moments where you choose faith over frustration. Every time you pause instead of reacting, every time you pray instead of panicking, every time you continue, even when you feel tired, you are becoming stronger. You wonder why you still feel sensitive, why certain words still affect you, why some days feel heavier than others. That does not mean you are weak. It means your heart is still alive. Hardened hearts feel less, but they also heal less. I am protecting your tenderness while teaching you resilience. You are learning how to feel without being overwhelmed. You are learning how to care without losing peace. You are learning how to stand without becoming rigid. This is not accidental. This is intentional growth. There are moments when you wish I would remove every challenge immediately. But if I did, you would miss the strength forming within you. You would miss the wisdom gained through endurance. You would miss the confidence that comes from realizing you survived what you once thought would break you. Look back, not to regret, but to recognize how far you've come. There were seasons you thought you would not endure, yet here you are. There were nights you thought would never end, yet morning came. You are still standing, not because life has been easy, but because I have been faithful. I am teaching you to draw strength from within instead of seeking constant validation from outside. People may misunderstand you. Some may not recognize your growth. Some may never acknowledge the battles you fought in silence. That is why your strength cannot depend on their recognition. It must be rooted in my truth. You do not need approval to be powerful. You do not need applause to be purposeful. You do not need permission to become who I am shaping you to be. Apply this to your life now. When you feel emotionally drained, do not condemn yourself. Rest. When you feel unsure, do not retreat. Pray. When you feel tested, do not assume defeat. Remember who walks with you. Strength grows when you stop fighting yourself and start trusting me. There is a calm confidence being planted in you. It may not feel dramatic yet, but it will carry you through storms without shaking your core. You will notice it when things that once triggered fear no longer control you. You will notice it when your reactions change. You will notice it when peace begins to return, even before circumstances shift. That is inner strength. That is transformation. That is my work. I'm not rushing you. I am not comparing you. I am not measuring you against anyone else. I am working personally, deeply, faithfully within you. And when the time comes, the strength you've been building will rise naturally, without strain. So be gentle with yourself today. Honor the progress you cannot yet see. Trust the work happening beneath the surface. And now, respond from your heart. If you believe that I am strengthening you, even in quiet, unseen ways, type Amen as a declaration of trust, not perfection. Remain with me. What comes next will help you release fear of what lies ahead and step into the future with confidence. You are growing stronger every single day. Do not fear what is ahead, my child. Lift your eyes from what has been and listen to me now. Much of what weighs on your heart is not the present. It is the future you keep imagining. You project yourself forward and picture loss, disappointment, failure, or pain before it ever arrives. Your mind runs ahead of my grace, and fear fills the space where trust should be. I am speaking now to quiet that fear. You do not need to be afraid of what is ahead of you. The future is not unknown to me, and it is not hostile toward you. I already dwell in your tomorrow. I have already prepared what you will need when you get there. Fear tells you, what if you're not ready? I tell you, I will prepare you as you go. Fear tells you, what if you lose what you love? I tell you, nothing meant for you will be taken from you. Fear tells you, what if it all falls apart? I tell you, even if it does, I will rebuild you stronger. You have survived things you never thought you would. That is not coincidence. That is evidence. Evidence that I equip you for what comes. Not all at once, but step by step, moment by moment. Stop borrowing trouble from tomorrow. You weaken today when you try to carry what belongs to another day. Each day has enough grace for itself. When tomorrow comes, grace will meet you there too. You are not walking toward chaos. You are not heading toward ruin. You are not moving toward abandonment. You are walking forward with me. I know change makes you uneasy. You like clarity. You like knowing where you stand. But growth always includes uncertainty. And uncertainty is not the enemy. It is the space where trust deepens. I am not asking you to be fearless. I am asking you to be faithful. When fear rises, do not fight it with denial. Face it with truth. Remind yourself that I have never failed you. Remind yourself that you are not alone. Remind yourself that I am greater than any outcome you fear. Apply this truth to your life today. When anxious thoughts appear, speak my promises aloud. When worry tries to settle, interrupt it with prayer. When uncertainty feels heavy, choose trust, even if your voice trembles. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is choosing to move forward with me despite it. There are things ahead that will require bravery, but also bring joy. There are challenges ahead, but also breakthroughs. There are transitions ahead, but also growth you have been praying for. Do not fear the future you are walking into. It is unfolding under my care. And now, respond with faith. If you are choosing to trust me with what lies ahead, comment, "I will not fear," as a declaration of courage rooted in trust. Stay with me. In the next part, I will speak to you about purpose, the reason your life carries meaning beyond what you can currently see. You are safe, you are guided, and you are not walking alone. Your life has purpose, even now. My child, listen to me with a quiet heart. You have wondered, sometimes secretly, whether your life truly matters in the way others' lives seem to matter. You see people with clearer paths, louder success, visible impact, and you question whether your small, unseen efforts carry any weight. I am speaking now to correct that misunderstanding. Your life is not random. Your existence is not accidental. Your presence carries purpose. Even in ordinary moments, purpose is not always dramatic. It is not always public. It does not always arrive with recognition or applause. Often, purpose is woven into daily faithfulness, in how you love, how you endure, how you choose integrity when no one is watching. You think purpose must feel exciting all the time, but many meaningful things grow quietly. Seeds break underground long before anything appears above the surface. The same is true of your life. Much of what you are becoming is forming where others cannot see. You feel insignificant because you measure your impact by outcomes you can see. I measure it by obedience, compassion, and growth of character. When you choose patience instead of anger, you are fulfilling purpose. When you show kindness instead of bitterness, you are fulfilling purpose. When you remain faithful during uncertainty, you are fulfilling purpose. Stop disqualifying yourself because your path looks different. Not everyone is called to lead loudly. Not everyone is called to move quickly. Not everyone is called to the same kind of visibility. Some are called to heal quietly. Some are called to influence deeply. Some are called to stand firm so others can lean. Your presence in certain lives is intentional. Your words have reached people you may never fully know about. Your perseverance has spoken louder than you realize. Even your struggles have shaped compassion within you that will become strength for others. You believe your delays mean you are behind, but often they mean you are being positioned. I do not rush purpose, I mature it. What I am forming in you will last longer than something built quickly. You ask me, what am I meant to do? I answer you gently, be faithful where you are. Purpose unfolds through consistency, not pressure, through trust, not striving, through alignment, not comparison. Apply this truth to your life today. Stop waiting for a future version of yourself to matter. You matter now. Your growth now matters. Your choices today matter. Purpose is not something you reach someday. It is something you live daily. When you wake up and choose hope, that is purpose. When you forgive instead of holding resentment, that is purpose. When you keep going despite discouragement, that is purpose. There will be moments when your purpose becomes clearer, when direction sharpens, when opportunity aligns, but do not overlook the value of this season. This season is building the strength and humility required for what comes next. I am not finished shaping you. I am not done revealing your gifts. I am not overlooking your efforts. Trust that your life is unfolding exactly as it needs to. Trust that nothing you offer in love is ever wasted. Trust that even the quiet chapters are meaningful. Now, take a moment to respond honestly. If you are choosing to believe that your life carries purpose, even when it feels ordinary type, I have purpose as an affirmation of truth over doubt. Stay with me. What I will share next will help you walk confidently in that purpose without fear or comparison. You are needed, you are valued, and your life is meaningful right now.